of where I've gotten so far. The first thing I did, I'm gonna leave this page real quick and show you that I have built a new page. I have put it as a child page under About. So if I go click Edit, I'll show you kind of where I did that. So I created the new page. I made it a child page, or I declared that its parent is the About page. And then I came in and I set the order of this to 100. That way I can still put something before it or after. All right. So now that I've done that, I've got this page in place. I want to create the Our Team kind of thing in place. All right. So I'm going to, go back to Our Team, edit there. I'm going to click the, let me show you what one option would be. If I were to go in here and I were to go into patterns and type in the word team, you'll actually see that there's some already pre-existing team type patterns already in here. And you could add one of those in there and begin editing these so that they would all fit the way you want. All right, you could. And that's totally a valid way to do it. If you want, we can look at how this is done. We can do all these tools. And what you figured out is that this right here is a grouped pattern. So if I were going to do that, the first thing I would do is I would ungroup it. And I would detach it from its pattern. I ungroup that. So now I've got these and I've got this name. I'm going to make it left aligned. I like that size, but I kind of want it to be a little bit bigger. So let's go larger there. Let's bold that text. So we've got that bolded. I'm going to add more text in place. So let's add a paragraph. We'll toss this paragraph in right here. I'll toss it in above. And then I'll say this is title. All right, so we've got title in place. We're going to make it small, and then I'm going to move it below. I'm going to come over here. Oh, I got to grab that again. I'm going to go to dimensions, to the margin. I'm actually going to unlink the margins, and I'm only going to impact the top one. And I'm going to do it a little tighter to the name. So if you click away, let me do that again. I'm going to decrease it all the way to the bottom. All right, so I've got title, but I want the bottom to possibly have one little extra space. I'm going to add another paragraph in place. And I'm going to say department. And then I'm going to move it below. I'm going to take it down to small text and bold that, bold it. All right, again, I'm going to mess with the spacing between these. I'm going to go to dimensions, margin, break them, unlink them. I'm going to add a little bit of space here, and I'm going to decrease the space down to the bottom right there. Sure, let's actually decrease that space between so they're all collapsed together. But you see there's extra space down here at the bottom. All right, there's my first pattern. Okay, so let's take this. Once I grab that outermost there, and oops, I let go of it again. There we go. Now I'm going to say create pattern. Let's try this. Let's see if I remove that. This is in the columns pattern. Okay. And then in this one, if I grab this column, oops. All right, so let's say I did do this and I broke it apart and I made this my own, and I did the same thing by bolding. I left aligned it. That's about the same size. Let's see what this one is. Font size 1.125. What is this one? Font size is 1. Let's do 0.125. And then I copy and I create yet another. Of course, taking this down to small and then doing the margins, unlinking them. Copy, and then we create yet another. Oops. Making that small, and dimensions, margin. Again, unlink this, and what did I make the margin here? Brought it out to there, so we're going to come over here and we're going to unlink this and bring it to right there, I believe it is. And again, you're just sitting here reproducing this. Once you're done and you've got this in place, let's bold, left align, font size, add 0.125, copy, small dimensions, margin, and we're going to zip it all the way down and copy. Whoops, didn't want to do that. Small dimensions, margin. We're going to zip it all the way down, and then we're going to unlink it and then bring this one back out. Now I've got this right here. And now I can take this, let's delete the title because I've got it already up here. All right, so now I've got these three. Let's change the image to portrait. And last but not least, portrait. And then I should be able to grab my photo and drop it in place. Grab my next photo, drop it in place. And again, yet another photo, drop it in place. Okay, yeah, they're the same photo, but we're working just on building the pattern. Now, I'm going to come in here and grab this whole thing. And I'm going to say, this is my initial pattern